What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? Anthony Morrison here. Welcome to tonight's Success Connection. If you can hear me, just say yes if you can hear me fine. Everybody say yes in the chat box for me. I want to see lots and lots and lots of yeses, lots and lots of people chiming in. I know everybody likes to get on late, so all good. We'll keep things going. So I see lots and lots of yeses. Everybody can hear me. Thank you all so much for being here. You'll notice I am back at home. I am not at my condo in Florida right now. I came home, so I'm doing the quarantine back in Mississippi now. So little change of scenery, but super yeah, back to the bunker. That's right. But super happy to have you guys all here. And we got, obviously, you guys know we've got a special guest tonight, so I'm going to give everybody just a second to get on. I saw a lot of people were telling me they were having trouble, probably because GoToWebinars had a lot of trouble this week with all kinds of people trying to get on here, and then of course we have a ton of people on here anyway. So there's two things working against us. But anyway, welcome to tonight's Success Connection. I'm so glad that you guys are here. If you're a new student, first of all, thank you for joining me. We're super excited to have you, and want to give you a quick kind of play-by-play of what we do and what what's going on here. The Success Connection is something I do every single week. I've been doing it actually next week. Okay, next Thursday will be the five-year anniversary. So I will have been doing this Success Connection series for 5 years straight, never missing a Thursday night with you guys. So pretty excited, pretty awesome. Thank you. So 5 years of dedication to teaching you guys, helping you as best I can and in every way that I can. So so the Success Connection, it has the thing about it with new students, and I know there's a ton of you are on here, they're all new, and you're all like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, what is this? Why am I here? Just understand that this has nothing to do with any of the products or the programs or anything like that that we sell in our in our student portal. So in other words, if you're a partner with Anthony Student, it's awesome, that's great, but this training is not specifically for that. If you're one of our ambassador students, or maybe you have our Instagram mastery course or whatnot, like, this training is not a continuation of those courses. Okay, this is something totally separate that I do every single week for all of my students, and I do it completely free. Okay, and the whole idea is to help you guys build a business. And so each and every week we build businesses together. We put them together. I build them in ClickFunnels, and I get you guys to build them in ClickFunnels, and I buy those funnels from you, and we build these businesses together so that we can help you have more success. Now, tonight, for the first time in 5 years, even though we have all used ClickFunnels many times, we use ClickFunnels every single week. We build businesses together, all this cool stuff. I have never had one of the founders of ClickFunnels on the webinar, and that's because you guys know that I use this time to just teach and educate, and my whole goal is always to give you as much as I possibly can. But last week I was talking with Brunson, and I said, hey, you're going to be on my podcast. We're going to talk about this new book that you wrote. This is great. What do you think about coming on the Success Connection and maybe showing my students how you build funnels and giving them kind of some insight into how you build a funnel and why you build a funnel that way? And then, hey, by the way, Russell, would you mind just giving them 3 funnels? Like, would you mind just building 3 funnels and giving them to my students completely free? So he's like, okay, so let me get this straight. You want me to come on your webinar, you want me to teach for free, you would like for me to also spend some time building funnels, and you would like for me to give all of those funnels away completely free. And you would like me to do all of this while I'm quarantined, and I've got my kids running around, and I'm trying to keep this kid from going to the neighbor's house, and I'm trying to do this, and I'm trying to do, you'd like me to do all of this for free? And I said, yes, please. And so we had a couple of talks and things, and I reminded him, like, yo, homie, like, I support. And so he was like, dude, I'm in. He actually didn't hesitate at all. He said, I'm in, I'm gonna do it. Tell me what you need. And so for the last week, he's been texting me, and we've been talking back and forth, and he said, whatever you need, I got you. So Russell is here, and he is going to talk to us tonight about how he builds sales funnels. He's built 3 funnels for you guys completely free, and he's going to walk you through how he built one of them and why he built one of them the way that he did. Now, if you are a new student, please note that this might be like over your head. It might go over your head for a minute, right? That's perfectly fine. It's perfectly okay, because we started this mantra and this thing, 5 years ago, where we said no student will be left behind. And the whole point of that was that every single week we're going to give you everything that we've done for over the whole 5 years here on the Success Connection. So at the end of tonight, you'll be able to get all of these funnels that Russell's going to go over, and you're going to be able to get them completely free. But then you're also going to be able to get anything and everything that we've built on the Success Connection for the last 5 years completely free, including all the training for it. So this should be awesome, awesome, awesome. How many of you are excited about that? Just gonna be a yes, okay? And here's one last thing we're going to do at the very end of tonight. Okay, so at the very end of tonight, I gotta tell you that that Russell has recently, let me show you this. I've got it here at my office. Russell writes books just like I've done, right? And Russell has recently put together his final book in this trilogy. It's called Traffic Secrets. And I don't know if many of you read or not. I am not a reader. I do not read. This is not what I do, okay? And I sat down the other night and I started reading this book. And my wife walked in. She's always tried to get me to read. In fact, look, this is the book she brought in my office. She's so excited that I'm reading now. She brought in Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, and she's like, you got to read this one. It's so great now that you're a reader. I'm like, let's not go that far. Let's don't go that far with that. But anyway, she saw me reading this book. I've read 280 pages now of 330, if you count all the way to the very end. I'm almost finished with it, and I've almost finished it in like 2 days. It's a great book. It's an awesome book. And what I decided to do is put together an opportunity where you guys are going to be able to get Russell's book completely free tonight. How many of you would like to get Russell's book completely free? Okay, you'll just pay for shipping. And this is, you don't have to do this. You're still going to get the funnels for free. It's all good. You know that I'm not a big sales pitch person on my webinar, so don't worry. But here's the thing. How many of you know that when and if you happen to get a copy of Russell's books, okay, likely Russell's going to pay me a commission for doing that? Just say yes if you understand that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. A couple weeks ago, I told you we were donating $25,000 on behalf of our Success Connection community to help people and to feed children, underprivileged kids in our area, because that's something that's extremely important to me, right? So here's what we're going to do. For everybody that gets one of these books tonight, and we'll talk about them later, all of the commissions that I receive from these books, we're going to donate all of that money to help more kids and help feed more people in this current crazy pandemic crisis that we're in. And so it's another way that you guys can contribute and be able to help people. How many of you are good with that? Just say yes. Okay, awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I want to get that out of the way right now. What we want to do, I see, thank you. So many of you saying yes. We want to help Russell sell his books because his books are amazing. We want to impact lives. We want to help people just like that. And then look, I don't need the money. I would much rather give the money to people that need it right now. And I'd like for you guys to have a hand in that. And we all feel good doing what we can to help each other and to help other people. So with that said, what I'm going to do is he's been waiting silently and quietly here on the webinar, and you all know that Russell loves to talk. He loves to talk a lot, just like me. So this is going to be very, very interesting for the two of us to do a webinar and see who actually gets to talk. But will you all give me a big welcome in the chat box and say hello to Russell? Russell, are you there?
Hey man, I am here. Can you hear me?
I can, and I can see you. I see that it's daylight. It's like daylight where you are, and it's dark where I am. This is. I want to be where you're at. This is amazing. This is sorry. I don't have coronavirus.
Yeah, does it pass through like the screen? I don't know how that works.
Checked, and you can't pass it through the computer to people, so it's okay. I'm back in Mississippi, and there's all this pollen, and the pollen just kills me, and I have such bad allergies. So the minute I got home, I started coughing, and like I feel people are telling me I should get tested. Like No, I promise you, this is March and April for me, and for Anthony, every month or every year of my life. So I feel as though I'm corona free right now, and hopefully and hopefully everybody else is as well. So look, man, first of all, I want to thank you for being here. I know you're at home. Clearly, everybody can see that. You got the kids, you got the family, you got stuff going on, and so I appreciate you being here and building some funnels. I know that you were kind of like, all right, Anthony, you've been telling me about this Success Connection thing for a long time. Like, I'm a little worried about coming on there. What do I need to do? And I'm like, dude, just hang out. Like, this, like, people are excited. Like, they're all like, this is, I talk about ClickFunnels for well, I guess 3 years now on here. And everybody's like, they love ClickFunnels and they love what we're able to do because of it.
What I think is amazing, and I just want to like, so everyone who's listening understands, like, there's nobody in our industry, me included, who's shown up every single week for 5 years for their audience. Like, that is impressive and rare. And I hope you guys understand like how much work and effort goes into to Anthony doing that, especially doing it consistently for that extended period of time, which is why he's great at what he does as well. I don't think there's anybody that's won more awards at our stage than you. Like, we pretty much, you know, it costs me thousands of dollars every single year just to buy you awards, but I love it. So I think I hope people understand that, and you know, I think a lot of times we listen to people and we learn from them, but sometimes if you watch them, you can learn just as much, if not more, and understand like the consistency of how he shows up for his customers over and over and over again. Like, that is the secret. I mean, for Thursday night to have 1,000, like, the lines are maxed out on GoToWebinar. There's not 5 people in this entire industry you can get 1,000 people show up to webinar, period, let alone every week. It's nuts. So anyway, just hats off to you.
I tell you, man, and it's a credit. You know, I've told you guys and I've told Dave this for years. Like, it started off as a you know, just being honest, and I've told all of my students this. It started off with me doing this because I said, hey, look, I need to have a platform to sell on. Like, I need to be able to sell shit. So I'm like, you know, like, that was the thing. And then what happens is you and I both know this, and you get to see it a lot because you do big live events and you have tons of people there, and it's awesome. But you know, and for everybody watching this, you're all building a business and you're all going to build an email list. And what happens is our email list becomes an email list, and we think of it as an email list. And then when we go a little deeper to that, we think of it as a customer record, and we think of it as an email address. And I think that sometimes we forget, because we're in this digital business and we're in this world where we're all online and such, and everything is all digital, and you forget like who's that there's people on the other end of the emails and of the messages, and you know, and then further to that, you forget that there's people that are going through things, and there's grandfathers, and there's daughters, and then there's mothers, and there's single mothers, and there's people that are going through divorces, and there's people that are going through deaths in the family. And it's just like, there's so much stuff going on in people's lives. And I think that for me, and I tell my students this at least once or twice a year, that they get a ton out of being here from me, right? Like, I spend a ton of time prepping and understanding what I need to do and teaching and educating. But I get, like, for every bit that I give them, I get just as much back, because I connect with people. I know who these people are. I learn enough and a lot about them, and it allows me to be a better version of who I want to be. Like, what I do today is not what I did 5 years ago, and it's all because of showing up and having this forum and having all of these people to be able to speak to and talk to. And to be totally honest with you, one of the reasons I'm able to do that is ClickFunnels, because we struggled for the first 2 years to be able to deliver like applicable stuff to people. We would build it, or we would teach it, and it would be all this theory, and I'd be back here and I'd be like, look, you just build this page and you do this, and people just be like, okay, but I can't do that. And when I switched to using ClickFunnels and building stuff and giving it to them, and then letting them build and me buy it from them and teaching, like, things just popped off. People started making tons of money, having massive success. The community grew. They all help each other, and a lot of that, man, it's credit to you for pushing through the tough times to create a really great software, and a software that allows those of us that do know this really well to be able to extend the help and the resources to those that don't, to get them to the finish line a lot faster. So we appreciate it.
No worries. I I love it. Been so much fun. It's been a ride of a lifetime.
So now that Russell and I've had the bromance for you guys,
You guys got to witness all that.
we haven't ever done a live webinar together ever. So this was the first time. So Russell built you guys 3 funnels. I've looked through all 3 of them. They're really awesome. And one of them, you guys know, we built a newsletter business, and we've been building that, and we launched that thing, and we got most of that stuff finished up last week. Russell built a funnel for newsletters. He also built another funnel that they've used before, and then he built an additional funnel, which I think is really awesome, because he built you a funnel, because you guys know that as students of mine, like we've already told you this, ClickFunnels has changed some things about how they approve affiliates and those types of things, but we've worked it out where all of you guys got approved as affiliates, and you're able to promote ClickFunnels, because Russell knows I'm teaching you how to do it the right way. And so he actually built you guys a funnel that's going to allow you to take advantage of all of the traffic on the internet right now that is searching for this book, because he has sold thousands upon thousands upon thousands of copies of this. And I said, dude, build us a funnel so all of our students can go promote this book and make money from it. And so he built a funnel that all of you are going to get completely free tonight. So Russell, as much as it pains me to give my screen away, and it does absolutely pain me to give my screen away, I will not do it just yet. I will not succumb to this just yet. Let me show everybody this, the funnels that you've put together. And I mean, look, first, what I can do is kind of show them each one, or I can just pass it to you and let you do it. What do you
pass to me first? So I'm gonna show the original live ones that are actually running right now, so I can see that, and then I can pass back to you. You can show them in there. You want to do that?
Okay. Everybody, watch as I give my screen away.
Tough this is for you. I love it.
And it will pain my very soul to get rid of my screen on my webinar right now, but here we go. Nonetheless, you guys are about to have Russell's screen instead of mine. This is a very sad day for me.
Let's see. Hopefully it's gonna let me. I've not used GoToWebinar for a long time. It's making me click on something. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, hopefully that works. Do I need to click something to show my screen? It's been a while.
Hey, Brett, are you here?
Yeah. Here, let me cycle it real quick.
Cycle what?
The presentation mode. It should pop up instantly.
There it is.
Okay.
Let's see. Are you able to see my screen yet?
Not yet.
So everybody hold tight. Apparently we have now broken GoToWebinar, which is not ideal.
I see it now.
Brett,
We're good.
Huh?
We're good.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
Yes, except for my screen has the spinning rainbow.
You don't get to see what I'm showing everybody. This is top secret.
Yeah, I think what's happened is there's so many people on here now. Do you hear all that noise?
Yeah, because it's blocked. Yeah, it's over 1,000.
Yeah, and what it's doing is it's blocking people, and then it's blocking my ability to click on anything. So if you can see Russell's, there we go. All right, hold on.
You see my? All right, let's see if you can see.
Okay, I think we've survived. Can everybody see everything?
Very cool.
All right, survival
Okay.
of the fittest. We made it.
So the first funnel I'm gonna show you guys is gonna be so underwhelming. You're like, Russell, this is the stupidest funnel. It'll probably take you 5 minutes to build. And I got some good news for you. It took me 5 minutes to build, but this funnel, I was gonna show you guys the stats just so you believe me. So this funnel in the last less than 2 years has generated 281,000 leads for me so far. It's one of our highest converting. It's a 47.44% opt-in rate. And no matter how many times we try to beat the control, because my team all thinks it's like the ugliest page, and all my designers are like, let's make one prettier. They can't beat me. This one I built by myself, old school, and it is like the most simple page in the world. But I'm giving you guys this one as a template. So the basic concept here is just creating a lead magnet, right? So what I did for this one is I went through my podcast. I'd record a bunch of podcast episodes, and I had someone take those and kind of transcribe them and rewrite them and put them into like a little PDF ebook. And that's what it is an ebook with 99. My podcast is called Marketing Secrets. Every day I post a marketing secrets. They picked the 99 best ones, took the transcripts, put them in an ebook, and we give away for free. And it's just the most simple, easy funnel. Big product shot, big blue arrow, and for them to opt in right there. And so, like I said, it's the most simple one ever. But this one has gotten us more leads than any other landing page that we've ever done. So that one's pretty easy. I don't even need to go much deeper than that. Any questions?
And you guys know it's all about leads, right? So I mean, at the end of the day, what we want, and sorry, I'm getting a backup plan loaded up over here because my computer, so many people were on it, was going nuts. So I'm just loading a backup plan. So yeah, you're going to be able to get this funnel to generate more leads. Now, you guys know that we built multiple businesses for you. So you can take those leads and sell them anything, any of these courses, any of these products, any of these things that we built you'll be able to provide to people, right? So this is a cool funnel. This is an easy funnel. This is something that's simple. But hey, you know, we start off simple and we kind of ascend. So yeah, you can go to the next one. This one's awesome. How many of you want this one? Just give me a big yes if you want this one. I just love to push my luck with GoToWebinar and see if they'll
let's crash with 1 billion comments at once. Awesome. This one's so simple, and it's like the most powerful, simple one ever. And we've used it in tons of different markets since then. And you guys, like I said, it's so simple that some of you like won't want to use it. But I mean, 250,000 leads in the last year and a half is like it's awesome. All right, now move on to number 2. What's that?
Oh, I was just telling everybody we're live.
Okay, so number 2. So Anthony was telling me when you recently did a newsletter funnel. I was like, well, I've been actually publishing a print newsletter now for over a decade. And it's not open public right now. We kind of open and close it. And this is the last time we opened it. It's the sales page, and it converted. I mean, it did awesome. And so I'm gonna kind of walk you guys through it. It's one of my favorite funnels. And this one I also personally built by myself. And we gave you guys a version of this as well that you can use. So at the top, obviously, was a sales video where I was selling the newsletter. It's not in here, but as you read down below, you'll see most of the stuff is very similar, right? So there's a sales video. Right below the sales video, this is what we call this the video spoiler box. And when you get to like big media buying and using video sales letters, this is one of the most powerful strategies. And what it does is it pulls people and sucks them back into the video. A lot of times someone will start a video like, I don't have time to watch it. And then this video spoiler box, it kind of breaks through like, okay, the first thing you're gonna learn is this, second thing is this, third thing is this, fourth thing is this. And it gets people to see what's kind of happening in the video and be more likely to actually hang around and watch it. And so I usually have some kind of video spoiler like this in most videos, just because people's attention span's gotten shorter and shorter, and it helps to grab them and keep them engaged, because they got to figure out what the secret is. It's down below. And then down below, this section right here would pop when the video hit. The first time I talked about the price point, this section right here opens up where they click on the button to order. And then down below is basically the sales letter version. So I'm a big believer, especially nowadays. It wasn't this much before, but I feel like because there's so much mobile stuff, I feel like people buy on mobile more so through text and desktop through video. So I like using both. And so usually I always have a video and a sales letter version. So we get the people who like watching like video modality and people who like reading, and you get kind of both audiences you're able to group down. So this is the sales letter, and basically talk about what the offer is. Here's everything you're going to get when you join Funnel University. Walk them through it, and then all the different parts of the offer. And so here's the first bonus, here's the gift, the value, the product shot, the bullet list of what it is, as well as a button for them to sign up. And we go through that, have a bunch of bullet points. Then there's an order button right there, boom. Then we move to the second thing inside of the offer stack, picture of it, value, bullet points, and then we go through, then we have another order button. And then the next part, so this is the print newsletter that we do, is called Funnel University. And then we talk about that again. And then all the others. So it kind of goes through section by section, each of the different elements that are here inside of the actual product, the physical newsletter, and then the digital stuff that comes as well. And it breaks it all down. And then this down here, I don't know if you do this, but I do this. I started doing this on my PowerPoint presentations like a decade ago, and I do all my sales letters as well. But like after I finish the thing, I come back and I restack everything they're going to get. Here we're going to get kind of restack everything, total value, and then ours is a free offer up front, and it goes to $97 a month. and then kind of the other pieces of it here. And then we've got 2 options for that we are newsletter. They can pay monthly, or they can buy a year up front and they get 2 months for free. And one thing, just so you guys know, like the testing, if you guys knew how much split testing goes into just these 2 blocks right here, there's a lot. Like trying to figure out like what's the normal price, what's the offer, like just trying to get people to understand like 66% discount versus 75%. Like all those things were thought through and then tested over and over again, trying to figure out like what are the things that drive the sales here. And so that's the 2 order blocks for any kind of continuity sale we do. We always kind of do the 2 where it's one and the other, with the structure and the pricing and all that kind of the offer laid out the same way. And I believe also in the funnel we gave you guys, because there's the order form. There's an order form, and then there's also upsell pages and stuff. That same upsells that we use are also in that funnel as well. So you get access to the entire funnel there. So
right.
That's funnel number 2.
And one thing that I want to ask you, because I know people want to learn, like we just built them funnels for this, for selling a newsletter. And so for those of you that are new, first of all, we've already built an entire newsletter business for you. We've actually written 3 or 4 of your first newsletters that you can send out to to the people that buy, all in the internet marketing industry. And I think one of the things that you mentioned that I tell them all the time, always be testing, right? Always be testing. And I think people hear it, but I think if they hear it from like, hey, this is Mr. Funnel, I don't know that I'm Mr. Funnel. I think they just think I'm Mr. Email or something. But like, I mean, you obsess over funnels, like you and I were talking about, like that's really all you want to do. And I think I read it in your book, was you just really wanted to build funnels. And so, like, take me through on, and maybe give them a couple of tips. Like, what are the 3 things on this funnel when we give it to them and they go and they launch their newsletter business and they use this funnel? What are the 3 things that you test first? Like, what are the 3 biggest moving needle movers when it comes to testing? I think I know what they are, but I want to hear what you say, and I want them to hear what you say.
Yeah. So because I've seen some people get so obsessed they try to test a million things, and it's like the incremental return gets smaller. So the biggest thing we test initially is like I always go macro, macro to micro. So usually like we'll have 2 completely radically different pages. They're just like way different, right? Like for the Traffic Seekers book launch, we had one that was like a 2-column side by side, like a traditional one, like most of our book funnels were, versus like the new one when you guys see it, it's all centered, it's all mobile optimized, it's like a 1 column all the way down. So it was like a big test like that, like side by side work better or just a 1 column. And so it's a big radical test. We found really quickly that for this offer that the 1 single long column outperformed the other one pretty heavily. So that's the first thing we test. Second thing is typically our headlines. Headlines are super important. Third is the offer. Like, what does the offer actually look like? Like, is it sexy enough? Is it exciting? Does it get somebody to want to push over? And then number 4 is order forms. Some people get to the order form, they're all ready to buy, and there's something on the order form that scares them or freaks them out, or there's always like the little order form things. And so we do a lot of testing around that just to make sure that you got someone all the way to that spot and they're clicking on an order form and they're seeing the thing. Like that's the last big one. And those are pretty much the things we test. We don't go too much, those ones are the levers that swing these huge doors, as opposed to like a lot of little things that they're just too small to worry about.
Right. And so how many of you wrote that down? How many of you wrote these 4 things down? I asked for 3, you gave 4. Always over delivering, just like all these steering wheels that are in my room right now, where he just keeps giving. You think I'm joking? Like, he just keeps giving me, like, I can't go anywhere right now, and so I put this. All I do is just pretend that I'm going somewhere in my quarantine life, and when I want to change cars, I just grab a different steering wheel because you've sent me 100 of them. So always over delivering, Russell. So 4 things, right? So make sure that you write those 4 things down. He can repeat them real fast, but the first one was 2 radically different pages. So, take your ideas. Like, we've built funnels for you for the newsletter funnel, right? We've already built these for you. And a lot of you ask me, why do we give you so many, right? Like, why do we give you so many different funnels? Well, it's because, quite honestly, we don't know which ones are going to work. So we give you many so you can test 2 completely different things. when those two things are tested and you figure out which one's best, we usually go down and test the headline because we want to make sure, like the first thing that people see when they load this page is weird marketing experiments. And either that's going to hook them and make them stay, or it's not, right? So the headline is one of the most important things. Then the third thing was obviously the offer, like testing the offer, making sure that you've, as Russell said, made the offer sexy, right? Like do things for people, you know, show them what they're going to get. Russell, I read in your book, and it's interesting. I was telling my wife how you and I teach the same stuff, but we say it differently, or we word it differently, or we frame it differently. And when framed in a different way, you almost feel like you're learning something. Like I'm reading the book, I'm like, shit, well, I'm learning, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I already do this. But I'm learning in a different way, so it's great. You talk about how when you start one of these pages like this, having the emotional aspect up top, right? Because emotion will draw us in, okay? Then moving to the middle, which is more of the logical approach, right? Where we're talking and speaking more logically, like here are the benefits. When you buy this newsletter, here's why you want it. Here's what's going to happen in your life when and if you take action and do this, right? And then towards the bottom, we create more FOMO, right? More urgency, fear of missing out. So
let me highlight the previous, like this, if you notice this whole section right here, the top block, like Anthony was saying, this is all like the video, everything is my emotional sell. Like I'm trying to emotionally sell you. And for the most part, most people never scroll past here. The most emotional buyers be like, I'm in and they buy. But then there's like the logical buyers who they see it and they're like, well, this is good, but like, what's the catch? What's the thing? They start reading down here, and then this is all the logical arguments of like, you're gonna get this, and this is the value, and this is why it's so good. And here's another logical argument. Here's bullet points, all the cool stuff you're gonna learn, and we deep on the logic. And then, like you said, then down here is like all of the fear, FOMO, urgency and scarcity is like, you gotta buy it now. There's a guarantee. Like this, we gotta do it now. You know, all that stuff is the fear close down here.
Love it. Yep. So did everybody write that down? The three pieces of structure to the page, and you know we use this in emails too. But the three pieces of structure to the page. Okay. Just say yes if you got it. All right. I want to make sure you're learning as you go through. Now we're going to give you this funnel anyway. Like Russell's already done it. I'm going to show you in just a second. But we're going to have a contest for next week, as you guys know that we always do. And I'm going to give one of you $1,000 next week for doing something really epic. So you better pay close attention. Write all this stuff down that Russell's telling you. Make sure it's written down, because you might get that. Jody says, "Oh, paying attention now." You see how easy this is, Russell? It's like it's so simple. Like people, oh, I'm paying attention now. I love it. So pay attention, because you could get $1,000 next week. You know, I give money away all the time on here, just to help you guys to not just listen, but to focus on what you're listening to, because that's how you actually learn. So $1,000 next week, pay close attention. All right, so show us the third funnel that you built for everybody. And
the third one
is epic, because the third funnel is going to let you guys start to profit from Russell's book, which I think.
And I'm gonna show you an example. So this is we kind of modeled this after. So right now we have a lot of affiliates promoting the book, and some are making a lot of sales, and some are making almost no sales. And what most good affiliates, as an affiliate, I use these all the time. We call them bridge pages, where it's basically you got your list, your traffic, the vendors got their site where they're selling something. It's a page in between where you can provide more value and make yourself unique and make yourself stick out. And so this is some of you guys may know Stephen Larson. This is the offer that he same thing. Let me see. This is okay. So this is the one that he did for one of our other products. But basically, there's a headline up top, the video of him explaining why he's selling this product and why it's valuable, and like kind of telling the story of why he's passionate about this product. And then down below, it kind of recaps my offer. And then inside there, he's able to say, this is what you get if you buy from Russell, but here's what you get if you buy from me. And he adds a whole bunch of bonuses. And so that's kind of what this page is right here, is a bridge page for the traffic secrets funnel. So when you guys have a chance, let's see. So like when you send somebody, they'll send them to this page right here where they'll see my video, my message. They'll see kind of like what my actual offer is down here. So this is all stuff they get if they just buy from me. Let's see if I scroll down to the offer. Here's all different pieces of the things they get when they buy from me. So it's already like a really good offer. But the bridge page gives you this really unique ability in here to say, okay, this is why I think traffic secrets is awesome. This is my purpose. This is the reason why you know, when you buy from Russell, here's all the stuff you're going to get. Here's all the bonuses from Russell, and it shows all the bonuses that they get from me. And it gives you the opportunity to say, now, here's the bonuses that you get on top of it from me, and you plug in all the stuff that makes this offer unique to you. And Anthony, I'm sure you teach and believe the same thing, but like the affiliates that have the most success, the ones that take the offer and make it sexier, they amplify, they make it unique versus everybody else. You know, because like, think about ClickFunnels, we have hundreds of thousands of affiliates, but not everybody has 18 steering wheels like you do, right? Like, you do such a good job of like yes, it's ClickFunnels, but if you buy from you, there's more value. Like, you're giving funnels every single week. Like, there's reasons why people buy from you versus everybody else. And so that's your job as affiliates. Like, okay, here's the offer, here's my traffic, my email list, my blog, my podcast, whatever your thing is. You bridge the gap in the middle and say, look, I'm going to make this offer even better for you by adding these things. And so that's kind of what this looks like here in the middle. You can plug in any of the different bonuses that you want to plug in here as well. And down here on the stack, you can go same thing. You can plug in all this stuff into your stack here. And that's kind of how it works. And someone clicks on here, this will then take you from with your affiliate link over to the page over here. And you could, even if you wanted to, you could make it so that when someone clicks on the button, it pops up and you can get their email address first. So you're building your list, and then from there it pushes them over. That's kind of basic concept. And this structure is what we use for all of our bridge pages. So you could take this and delete traffic seekers if you wanted and plug in another product, or whatever you want to do. You can use this template for anything, but we set it up and aligned it up and added the color and design. So if you do want to use it to help promote the traffic seekers book, you are fully aware or fully able to, and we would love to have you help as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm going to show you guys, how many of you are wondering, like, what kind of a bonus could you use to sell this book or help sell this book, make yourself some money, right? And then another question is, taking that, kind of staying in that same vein, is what kind of bonuses could you offer when people sign up for your newsletter, right? Because you've got your own newsletter business now. So like, what could you offer for people for free, right? These are the questions that you constantly always have, right? So I'm going to answer those. I'm going to try to steal the screen back. It's probably going to break. So Brett, do you want to do it? Do you want to pass it back to me, or do you want me to try to do it myself? I'm the other one.
We'll see if it works.
Yep. My computer's already frozen up though. I think it's just everybody hold tight while we try to get the screen. and pray that the screen works. Let's see here. Let me see if everyone can hear me still.
Do I need to give it to you? Do I need anything on my side?
No, it's just, there's so many people on right now that it's just like GoToWebinar is just giving me the little circle. Here we go. So it's cycling to me now. It should maybe be showing my screen now.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
Okay. All right. Look at that. We live to save the day. All right. Perfect. So we're back. We're good. All right. So let's take a quick look at something here. So first of all, you guys know, let me see if I can make this thing. So Russell basically said, hey, you guys can have this page. So this is the page that's already built. It's in the funnel right here that Russell has built for all of us. Okay. So it's already built, it's already done. You're gonna get this completely free. So all this is built out, ready to go for you. This page is here. Now you can, like you said, you can add your bonuses, right? So you can see like where you can add your bonuses. Now a lot of you are gonna sit there and say, okay, Anthony, awesome, this is great. What can I give away? All right, this is where it pays to pay attention. So everybody pay very close attention because it is super important that you actually know this, okay? Because it can help you, because there's tons and tons of people talking about Russell's book right now. And one of the things that you talk about in this book that I think is so important, and I've talked about this many times, is in one of these chapters, you're talking about how to get, so you're talking about traffic, right? And that's clearly, it's called Traffic Secrets. All right, how many of you on this webinar think that traffic means Russell is talking about how to buy Facebook ads, how to buy YouTube ads, and how to get on Google and buy Google ads in this book, right? It's because you all know that when I ask you a question, the answer is obviously not the obvious. So this is why you're seeing, they know me. Right, he doesn't talk a lot about that. What he does do is talk about stepping in front of traffic that already exists. And one of the things that I think is so very important for everybody to pay attention to is that, look, we want to build long-term businesses. And when you build long-term business, you build your email list, you have your own products like the newsletter product and some of the other ones that we built for you. That's awesome. That's great. That's what you need, right? But every once in a while, you've got an opportunity to kind of make that big amount of cash really fast because there's a lot of traffic or there's a lot of attention on something specific. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, so think about this. Right now, we're going through a really crappy time in the world. This sucks. But, however, there are just millions of people that are now online going and signing up for Zoom, or they're signing up for GoToMeeting, or they're signing up for one of these online platforms to do business virtually. They've never even done that before. So what do you think they do? They Google, or they look, or they go to a forum or a Facebook or whatever, and they try to find a site that tells them like which one is the best, right? Well, that just means that there's this massive influx of traffic looking for those products right now. So if you're an affiliate for them, then you have just so many more eyeballs looking for that product at this moment in time. When this crazy pandemic is over, it'll be back to normal, and there won't be millions of people turning to Zoom every single day, right? So here's the thing. Right now, there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people looking at, researching, and wanting information on this book because Russell is launching this book right now. So what that means is if you are an affiliate promoting this book right now, there's an elevated amount of traffic every time Russell gets on a podcast and stuff and talks about it. People are then seeking out information on it. Do you think that that means that right now would be a pretty good time to have a good funnel and promote this book? Yes? Okay. You know, I don't even ever tell you to promote my stuff, but I think this is a great opportunity for you guys to step in front of existing traffic. And that is something that you talk about really heavily in the book, right?
Yep. Yeah,
And
it's the key. People always think like there's this misconception, like I need to go create traffic or generate traffic. And it's like, no, like right now I'm creating the buzz and the desire for the book like crazy. I've done 1 million Facebook Lives and interviews and podcasts, and and it's just beginning. And for the next 2 or 3 months, I have a huge media tour plan. Like we're gonna keep making buzz for the things. So traffic's already there. Your job then is look at how do I get in front of that traffic and get a percentage of it start coming back to me. And that's really when you start shifting your mindset to that. It opens up so many opportunities that are just right there waiting for you.
Right, tons and tons of opportunity. So that's the reason why, like when Russell was saying, hey, what kind of funnels do you want? I said, I want you to build a newsletter funnel for my students because that's what we're doing. I'm like, do what we're doing, man. And then I hit him up after that. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, there's a lot of traffic for your book. How would you feel if my students just became affiliates and promoted the book? And would you give us a funnel? And he's like, yeah, I can do this. So check this out. Not only do you get this funnel tonight, okay, and you get the newsletter funnel and you get the black book funnel. So I mean, you're getting all 3 of these funnels that Russell has put together for you. But check this out. So you guys know you have this Success Connection student portal, right? So if you're new, I'll give you how the information on how to get to this page in a little while. It's password protected, so you can't get there until I give you the updated password for tonight. But on this page, what we do is we give you everything that we've built for you since day 1 on the Success Connection, okay? So why does that matter? Well, because I build this stuff and I give you all the rights to all of it, okay? So check this out. If you go down and you look at, let's just say, this business right here, where we built this 8-figure funnel formula business, okay? So we built this whole business for you. We wrote the book, we built the upsell, we wrote the PDF for the upsell, we built the entire funnel. Like we legitimately did it all for you, right? But what if you took the book that we've written here, the 8-figure funnel formula book, and you simply gave that away, okay, as part of your bonus stack? How many of you feel like people would want that? Because I know all of you want it, and trust me, if you are your own customer, then you should know your customers very well. And so you would want this, right? This will help you to stand out from anybody else, right? Obviously, you won't. There's 1,000 of you that'll be standing together, strong and firm, but you'll stand out from anybody else who's promoting Russell's book because you'll have this as a bonus. We built this Inboxer Academy product for you, okay? This is literally an entire members area full of my training on email marketing, right? you can give this away completely free. Like you can give them all of this. You can give them the entire, remember, you can say free access to Inboxer Academy. Now, you know that some of you are selling, you know, the Inboxer Academy product and training and everything for like $30 a month. So you can say, you know, $360 a year value completely free when you get Russell's book. And you can give them access to this because I've built this and given it to you. Does that make sense to everybody? Just say yes. Now, okay, I see lots of yeses. Very good. I thought it would make sense. This is a good thing. Okay, now, second thing is, Russell said you can use some of his funnels. So this is for those of you that are new. And by the way, we have tons of businesses to choose from. There's a 7-figure email strategies business. We built this entire product, all the funnels. You get this for free tonight. We built an entire YouTube training business. So like this is a product, a book, everything. It's already done for you. You can give it away or you can sell it. We built one on Instagram. We built you your very own 30-day challenge business. We built a done for you funnels business where literally every single month we give you funnels that you can now give away or sell, right? And then we built this newsletter business. So there's so many different assets that you have here. What I would do is pick 2 of these assets to give away for free, okay? So I would pick 2 of them, put them right here, give them away for free, all right? But remember that like Russell said, you're able to build your email list off of this page. Or let's just say that you're promoting this funnel, okay? So this is the funnel that Russell's generated like 280,000, you know, leads on. So a lot of you say, well, what, you don't have this black book that he has. You're right, you don't, but you have all of the stuff that we've built for you. So all you've got to do is turn right here to your Student Resource Center, and you can go up here. We have a few different books that we've written, but we'll just pick this one. You can put the 8-figure funnel formula book right here, and you've got the same funnel that Russell does, just a different premium, a different free book that you're giving away. Does that make sense to everybody? So you've got the opportunity to pick and choose from all the assets that I've already built for you, and we've been building it for like 3.5 years now. They're all yours. They're completely free. We don't charge you for them. And guess what? Starting next week, we'll be starting a whole new business, and we'll be building something completely from scratch together again. So we're constantly giving you new businesses. We're giving you new products. You can sell those products, or you can use them as part of your bonus stack, right? And then here's the cool part about this. When you build your email list, you need something to sell. I have so many people that before we started doing what we're doing now would say, okay, Anthony, this is great. I built my email list. I'm going to go promote some product on ClickBank, okay? Where legitimately you don't know who built it. You don't really know anything about it. You just want to go promote it. And the reason that I started building all these products for you is because I said, look, like you got to know what you're promoting. You've got to trust what you're promoting. And ultimately, you got to stand behind what you're promoting, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, you're influencing someone to buy something, right? So we can't just look at it as, hey, here's some money. I made some money. I did a great job. If you promote a really crappy product, then you harm somebody for a few bucks. That sucks, right? So I started building you really good products that you could sell and you could keep, right? So you're using them, you're keeping them, and you're selling them. And so all of these products are built, all of these products are in here. Well, that means whenever you get your email list done and you start building your email list, right, you can now go and launch all of these other funnels that I've built for you, all of these other businesses that I've built for you, and you can sell those products and keep 100% of the money, and you get to choose what you sell it for. Like, it's 100% yours. I make no money from that, right? It's literally just for you. How many of you see that there's multiple ways that you can make money from this, and multiple ways that you can use all the free assets that we have, right? All of these free assets. So you say yes? All right. I see tons and tons and tons of you saying yes. So here's the thing. Russell was nice enough to give us 3 funnels. Everybody say thank you to Russell, because I don't know that Russell has ever built free funnels and given them away to 1,000 people at one time from a simple request. Pandemic, you know, you were sitting at home and all you had to do was chase your child and make sure they didn't go to the neighbor's house again. So, while you were building funnels, they were not social distancing, I know. So but hey, we got lots of things coming in. So Russell built these funnels. What I want to do is I'm going to give you all these funnels tonight for free. You can see them right here. Boom, boom, boom. All 3 of them. You'll be able to download them tonight for free. But the first thing I want to do is I want to talk to Russell just a few seconds. How many of you would be interested in getting Russell's book tonight? It's free, just pay for the shipping. Help him hit the bestsellers list, okay? Which we want to support those that support us. They've done an awesome job, ClickFunnels has. And also, like I said, any money that I make on this, I'm going to donate 100%, not half or anything like that. I'm going to donate 100% of the money to help feed kids right now who are not getting lunches because they're not in school. So this is I see some of you saying you've purchased it before. So if you've already got it, that's awesome. But if you don't, then I want you to get it tonight. You guys know that I never come on here and sell stuff like this. That's not my gig. But I only, first of all, it's free plus shipping. Let's first just call it what it is, okay? Is we're not talking about spending thousands of dollars. But maybe if you've already got the book, you'll consider buying a second copy, giving it to somebody, and knowing that the money that you spend is going to go to help people as well. Because that's I wanted to find, anytime I sell something on here, I really want to find a good cause and a good reason to do it. And look, helping Russell hit the bestsellers list is amazing. It's awesome. It's something I want to do. And then helping people around the world that need help right now is something I want to do. So Russell, tell me this. You see, I've got 1,000 people on here. They haven't left. They don't leave. They never abandon. They stay on. Give me like let's talk just real fast. We won't take up too much more of your time. And I usually keep these things to an hour, but when you come on and you build 3 funnels for everybody, it's like, I'm gonna spend a little more time, because I think it's awesome. Tell me this from let's say the newbie perspective, somebody who's brand new, because we've got a lot of people who are new to internet marketing on here. They're probably going through my Partner with Anthony course. It's new. They're new. What do you think the value is to the newbie in this book? Like the person that's sitting there saying, okay, Anthony, I'm going to launch one of these businesses that you've built for me. I've never gotten any traffic. What's the #1 value they're going to get out?
Yeah, I think it's interesting because a lot of people think that building the product or things the hardest, but after you have it, if you don't have traffic, it doesn't do anything, right? Like it's like the movie, if you build it, they will come, only they don't actually come. It's the traffic and it's the people. And so I think a couple of things, if you're creating a business right now, as soon as your business is done, the thing you need traffic, you need customers coming into it. If you don't have a business yet, you're like, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do or how to do it. Then learning this skill set is like the most valuable thing you could possibly do, especially in the economy as today. Like everyone's kind of freaking out. And the person who can come into a business and say, hey, I can get you traffic, I can get you customers in the front door. We call these, in my world, we call these people rainmakers, like the people who make it rain. And the people who can make it rain, they can write their own paycheck, right? Like you come into a company like, hey, I know you're struggling, I can get you customers. I want 50% of the profit I make from these new customers. They have to tell you yes, like they'll do that every single day. And I think like learning these skill sets doesn't matter if you have a business. If it does, like apply them to your business, instantly get more traffic, which equals more money. If you don't have a business yet, like this could become your business. Learning these secrets and making a service where you do this for other companies can be super profitable as well. And for a lot of people, it's they do a little bit of both. Initially, they learn this stuff and they go and drive traffic for other people while they're building their business. As soon as their side hustle's done, then they can start turning their efforts to start growing their own company. So regardless, like learning these skills will serve you for the rest of your life. It'll give you the ability to write your own paycheck. Because this is what every company needs: customers. Without customers, the companies die. So good companies want more customers, bad companies need customers. Like everybody needs customers, and Traffic Secrets teaches you how to get those people.
Awesome, and I agree. How many of you agree with Russell? Just say yes if you agree with Russell on that. It's very simple, very basic, but makes sense. One of the other things, like I know people probably think, oh, Anthony, you're just talking all this nonsense because you said you read the book, so that we'll buy the book and all this stuff. And that's not even close to true. One of the things that I thought was interesting was just and I somehow found it very quickly in here, was this page where you kind of talked about something that Gary Vaynerchuk was saying, like how Facebook is like a talk show, radio is like podcast now, sitcom is like YouTube, reality TV is Instagram, and the newspapers are blogs, right? And it's like rethinking media and rethinking how we distribute media. Do you think that, like, for someone new, just visually seeing something, you know, like this, like trying to connect the dots, like where would you have been, you know, however many years ago when television started, if you like resisted advertising on TV, like your business would have sucked for a very long time, right? And so I think a lot of people resist the idea of putting themselves out there and, you know, and doing the free things that you talk about in here, because you really don't focus at all on paid media, like on paid advertising. There's very little bit in here that's about paying for traffic. Most all of it is controlling traffic and owning it, right? And so what are your thoughts on, like, you know, how would you inspire people, maybe that's the thing, to use all of the different media channels to be able to build up this avalanche of free traffic? Like, what would you say to somebody that says, okay, but I'm new, I'm not Russell, and I'm not Anthony, and there's not 1,000 people in my webinar, what do I do? Like, why would I do that? You know, what do you say to those people? Because I know you have those people that come to you at the ClickFunnels events and say this stuff. Like, what would you say to them?
I think it's always funny because they always assume that, like, oh, we've got some superpowers, and it's not. The big difference is that a while ago, you know, 10, 15 years ago, we started. And there's an old Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is right now. I think people have to understand, especially right now, like the economic shifts that are happening, like if you are a brick and mortar, you know, business, this is a really scary time. If you're a digital marketer, this is the greatest thing that could possibly happen to us. Like our world is now, like, the spotlight's being shown on, everyone's here hanging out. Everyone's like, I need an online business. I need these things. Like it's literally like the best possible time that for us ever. Like, we've never been positioned better. And the things that you guys know, the things you're learning, you're already, you know, depending when you got started, a month, 6 months, a year ahead of everybody else. And everyone else is coming on, like, trying to figure this stuff out, and they're not even going to understand it for a year, not 2 years. And you guys are at the cutting edge, like the very front of it. I think if you grasp these things now, man, like that 15, 16-year gap from like when I started till now versus like you and in a year from now, like it's the same distance how far people are going. And I think that and the stuff's not complicated. You've read the book. Like, I tell stories. I try to make it fun and exciting. And it's not like I need $1 million ad budget. It's like, no, this is how we started ClickFunnels. You know, like if you look at ClickFunnels as a good example. Like, we didn't, like, when we started it, we were broke. We were at the bottom of the, like, we put everything we had into, we were broke. We had nobody gave us any money. And it was like, okay, how do we get traffic now with $0? And we scaled it in 5 years to a company that does hundreds of millions of dollars a year. But it took understanding how traffic works and thinking about it differently than most people do. It wasn't like, I'm gonna go run a Facebook ads campaign. Like, yes, we do run a Facebook ads campaign, but that's like such a small piece of the traffic puzzle. And this book gives you the rest of the puzzle. And especially nowadays, you see so many people whose their Facebook ads accounts get shut down and they're out of business. Where now it's like, that happens to you, you've got the foundation to know what to do next and how to ship and how to pivot and how to get traffic from so many different sources.
Right. Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And, you know, I've always told people, you need to have some type of online business, and you need to have multiple streams of income. Like, I know you well enough to know that ClickFunnels isn't your only income. You know, it's your main focus, it's your big business, but you do other things. You're invested in mastermind.com. You've got other things going on. And so all of us that do things, Todd, the answer to your question is yes, there is an option to get an audio book as well with this. But here's the thing that I always tell people is that multiple streams of income, it's massively important. So like, if there's people that if you're on here and you're doing other stuff right now, and this is just kind of like dabbling on a Thursday night, then, like, you know that I'm very blunt. I'm like, get off, because there's probably a line of 500 more people trying to get on this webinar that can't get on it right now because it's full, and you're taking somebody's spot, right? Because at the end of the day, like, if you're not going to take action, you're never going to get anywhere further than where you're at. But if you're here and you really want to take action, you really want to do this, like, you need to put your heart and soul into it right now while you've got all this free time, like all this time that we're given. We can take it and we can turn it into the most negative moment in our lives, and we can talk about how we wish we could go out to lunch, we wish we could go to dinner, and we wish we could be out in the car, and we wish we could do all this stuff. Or we can take that time and we can say, in 3 months, when this stuff's over, 6 months, 4 months, or 3 weeks, or however long it is, like, I'm gonna bust through this book, right? And if you happen to get these other books, I don't know if you guys have them, I have them all, but if you happen to get Expert Secrets, and .com secrets, which talks about all the stuff that we're always talking about here on the Success Connection: funnel building, copywriting, email follow-ups, all of that. Like, get through the material and then use the time to implement what you're learning. Because like, there are people right now whose whole business, their whole lives are about to change for the worse because they only had one stream of income. They had this brick and mortar business. They're stuck in that little comfort zone that I told you guys about and I talk about all the time. And when you're in a comfort zone, like when you're a comfortable person, like when you're comfortable with life, you need somebody to slap you, because being comfortable is not good. You should never be comfortable in business. You should always be wanting more. You should always be stepping outside of that box, you know, because if you're not, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing, then guess what? What's the opposite of growing? You got to be dying. You're not just sitting there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're either growing or you're dying. And so you want to be growing all the time. And so I'm telling you right now, like, you know that I never get on here and push stuff ever, other than getting free funnels. But I truly think that, you know, when you're plugged into an ecosystem and you're plugged into a culture, like I see at the funnel hacking event, when I've been, I don't know, four years in a row. 2 years ago, I'll tell you guys how much or how important the culture is to me. And you guys know I'm not a funnel hacker sitting in the room taking notes on every single. I know all these people that speak. So if I have a question, I can text them, right? But I'm there because of the energy and the culture. 2 years ago, my dad passed away in May of 2018, and a month. I guess you do funnel hacking in February, right?
Usually, January, February, March. Usually bounce it around.
So it's like right around February. The only time I left the hospital from January when my dad went in the hospital until May 8th when he died. The only time I left, I flew for 2 days to Orlando, and I went to this event. It's the only time that I left my dad while he was in the hospital, and it's because I knew not that I was going to learn all this great stuff and walk away making more money. I make plenty of money. I knew I was going to be surrounded by people that inspire me and surrounded by people that always are lifting me up and not pushing me down. And that's what you need so much in your life, right? Especially if you want to go down this path, because it's not an easy path, because people are always going to tell you that it doesn't work, and they're always going to tell you that you can't do it. And it's because they're jealous. It's because they're fearful that you're going to be successful and they're not, so they'd rather hold you back, right, than to push you forward. And I just want you guys to give yourself permission to not give a rip what anybody else thinks, and to understand that, like, when you plug into a really good community, so many great things can come of it, but you have to be dedicated, right? You have to be dedicated. I'm dedicated to it, and I don't have to be from a knowledge standpoint. It's from so much more. And so I want you guys, to plug in and use this time that we have right now to do something valuable, something that can leave a very long-lasting impact in your life. Mark Victor Hansen told me when we were filming the TV show for my first book, we sold 1 million copies of that book, and he kept saying, he said, just get this book right now. It's the one decision that's going to leave a lasting impression and make that. And he just went on this whole thing about how this one decision was just going to make this massive difference in your life, and this massive impact in your life. But you got to be able to make that one decision in order for the rest of that to happen. And I truly think that this moment for you guys can be that same thing, making that one decision that I truly think is going to help you for the rest of your life. Russell, there's one other thing that you talk about in here, and I'll let you go. I know it's getting late. You talk about this Dream 100, right? And I thought it was interesting how you position it and how you talk about it. And I know it's in the book, and there's a lot of a lot of people get the book, they can read the book. So I'm not trying to get you to give them everything in the book for free on the webinar. But can you tell everyone on here kind of the concept behind the Dream 100? Because I think that this will also show them how they don't have to buy traffic. They don't have to know Facebook and Google and all this stuff. We've built them all these digital businesses, all of these products and funnels that they have that they can go sell, right? Give them like a 5-minute, spiel on this Dream 100 and how it works, even if you're a newbie. Like you don't have to be Russell Brunson or me to make this work.
Yeah. In fact, I didn't buy my first ad for the first 10 years of my business. I was 10 years in before I bought my first ad. So for anyone who's like, I don't have money for Facebook ads, like neither did I for a decade. And we still figured it out. But it did come back to the concept of the Dream 100. And the Dream 100 is basically, for all of your businesses, you got to think about a couple of questions. Number one is like, who is the person that's your dream customer? Like, who are you actually trying to sell to? And the more clear you become on that person, the easier it is to find them. And step number two then is, where do I find these people? Like, let's say you're in the health market, right? Like, what are the health blogs they read? What are the health podcasts they listen to? What health groups on Facebook are they in, and LinkedIn? And you try to figure out, like, where are those people congregating? And then after you figure out who your dream customer is, where are they congregating, then the next question is, who's the person that's in charge of that congregation? Who owns the blog? Who owns the Facebook group? Who owns the podcast? Because a lot of times we think, I got to go and buy ads to get in front of every single customer, and that gets expensive. And you can do that. And we talk about that in the book, right? But for me, it's like way more efficient to say, okay, what if I spent a little more time and energy and money, and I marketed to one person, someone who owns a community, and my marketing was focused on them, and I get them to say yes. That one yes could turn into 1,000 yeses. And like a practical application of it, guess why I'm here tonight with you guys? Okay, Anthony's on my Dream 100. I sent him a box that I've got to know him. I've like tried to help him as much as I can as well. And then I was like, hey, my book's coming out. Is there any way that you can help share with your audience? And I got him to say one yes, and now I'm here in front of 1,000 people talking about my book. And Anthony's one person. I've done that with everybody I know who has a podcast my dream customers listen to, and the bloggers who have my dream audience, and my people who have big Facebook groups and email lists. And I'm going around and trying to get them to say yes. It doesn't cost me any money. I just call them, get to know them, like build a relationship, and then when I ask them to do that, not everybody says yes, but when they do, one yes can turn into 100 customers or 1,000 customers or more. And so that's what I think. I lead the book talking about that. Like, the first thing you guys should be doing is figuring out who's your dream customer, where are they congregating, and then who are the people that control those congregations. And now is the time to start building. I say, I quoted what's his name book, dig your well before you're thirsty. Like, now's the time to start building those relationships and contacting them, get to know them, and become friends with them. And we've been friends. We've known each other now for 4 or 5, longer than that. Like,
Yeah.
pretty quick. I was telling this on the podcast. Before we launched ClickFunnels, like 2 or 3 years before that, I was at a restaurant and Anthony was sitting on the other side. And I wanted to say hi to him, but I was too like shy to say hi to him. It's like, I've known him who he is for a long time. But it's like, we've got to know each other. We have a relationship. And if I would have the first time we met was like last week, I'm like, hey, promote my book. You'd be like, no, I don't even know who you are. But it's because we've known each other for a long time and I built a relationship over time that it opens up that gate. And so, for all of you guys, it's like finding those people now and getting to know them and sending them messages, sending them gifts, like helping them out. Like, how can you help and how can you serve people? And we do that, like I said, one yes can turn into 100 customers or 1,000 customers or more. And so that's where we spend so much of our focus point, is finding those people, the Dream 100. We call them the Dream 100. And I talk about in the book, trying to find the page real quick. So when you guys get your copy of the book, it's on page number 41. I don't know if you can see this now. Page 41, we have this little list, this little chart, right, we draw here. Basically, like Facebook, Instagram, podcast, YouTube. And so for each platform, I'm like, okay, who are my Dream 100 on Facebook? Who's already congregated my Dream 100 and they have a Facebook group or a Facebook fan page or something? And we write all those names down. And I go next to Instagram. Who are the Instagram influencers that already have my dream customer? And I list out those names. Then podcasts. Who are all the podcasters? And so you list that out. And eventually, if you get like 10 or 20 in each of these different categories, very quick, you have 100 people. Now it's like, now I'm just going to focus on marketing those 100 people. And again, if I get 3 of them to say yes or 10 to say yes, that can fuel your entire business.
Yep. And and here's the thing, guys. It's as easy as one simple connection. And what I think is so powerful about this is, it's like, if you think about and you turn, like, say you flip the way that you think, right? Let's think about TV stations, right? TV networks, right? So who controls all the traffic for people that are interested in, like, I don't know, food, right? Food. It's probably the Food Network. So if you can get on the Food Network, if you've got something, a product of some kind that would appeal to foodies, some kind of cooking thing or whatever, cookbook, this is probably a good network to step in front of a lot of traffic. Would you agree? Like, you don't have to go and try to find the people that are looking for food or are interested in food. They're watching the Food Network. Anybody that's sitting there watching people cook all night probably likes food. I'm just saying, it's a very boring process. I'm not gonna lie. So, like, probably like food, probably a foodie. Okay, well, the same thing happens online. There's people that control like channels, like television, like for instance, Russell. He has the ClickFunnels channel, for instance. All of the people that follow Russell and all the people that are his followers on his email list and all this stuff, these are people that would be interested in products like what I have, our Instagram course because they want traffic, or our Partner with Anthony course because they want to learn affiliate marketing, whatever. Like that's the type of stuff that they're interested in. But there's those type of people in all types of industries. And so all you've got to do is make a list of the people that you want to promote or to support you, and you start reaching out to them and doing things. One of the things, Russell, I saw that you mentioned in the book was that you would go into the communities like the forums, or now what we call Facebook groups, and you would leave comments and answer questions for people. And then like when an influencer or somebody on your Dream 100 made a post on Instagram, you would spend a few minutes leaving comments, just saying, awesome post. Even if Russell doesn't know who you are, if you leave a comment on every single Instagram that Russell does for the next year, he's probably going to remember you when you walk up to him at Funnel Hacking Live and say, hey, what's up? My name is John, da, 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 da. And he'll be like,
oh, John, I see you every day on my feed.
Are you the guy that comments daily? This is an instant connection. You talked about like what was it, digging your well before like a long time beforehand. I forget the exact quote. You just used it a while ago, but it's true. You put in the time and effort now, and it pays off 6 months from now, right? Does everybody understand that? Two big yes. Okay. It's a way to get traffic that does not require you to constantly worry about a Facebook ad or a Google ad. So for those of you that don't want to do those types of things, the methods that are in this book have nothing to do with those types of things. Like it's all kinds of other stuff that's super valuable and super, really, really, really good. I think it's dig your well before you're thirsty, right? Yeah. So don't wait till you're thirsty and then say, oh, I think I'm gonna go dig a well. Like, well, then you're gonna die. So like dig the well now, preparing for being thirsty. So you guys get the point, you understand it. How many of you would like to get these funnels that Russell built for us right now? Just give me a yes if that's you, okay? If you'd like to get the funnels. And then if you would like to get a copy of his book, type the number 1 in if you're gonna get a copy of his book from me right now, okay? So he'll see your name, all right? Just keep typing the ones in if you're gonna get a copy of the book. Even if you have a copy of the book, buy a second copy. Give it to somebody, share it.
This is why, because so your cost is like $9.90, so it's under $10, but Anthony makes $20 for every book he sells, and that $20 then goes to feed the kids. So for every $10 investment you make in a book, you're actually getting $10 from me and from Anthony to go and pay for the kids. So it's doubling your investment, helping twice as many kids. So it's pretty cool that way too.
It's awesome. And here's what we're gonna do. Just because you guys know, I always look for a way to let you help me get back. I just pissed the dogs off. I slapped my book and the dogs went crazy. So Chloe and Sophie have made their appearance here on the Success Connection. Everybody enjoyed it. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you guys the link to this page, and I'm gonna give you the password to this page right here, okay, that you're looking at. And I'll give you some more details in just a second. So first thing that you'll wanna do is obviously scroll down here and get Russell's book if you don't already have it. If you do have it, you may consider getting a second copy just so that we can help more people. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna do something else as well. So this is the link that you'll use to get this book, okay? Here's the link that you'll use to get all of Russell's funnels. You'll just download each one of these funnels right here. Just like I tell you every week, you have to have ClickFunnels in order for these funnels to work. There's a link right here to get your free ClickFunnels trial. You can get a free trial, I think it's a 2-week trial. And so you need to have the ClickFunnels software before you get the actual funnels, okay? Does that make sense to everybody? The funnels don't work if you don't already have the software. All right, just say yes if you do. So if we're taking notes, everybody should. You all should have paper and pen or a cell phone you can type it into, whatever. All right, step number 1 is come in here and get Russell's book. It'll only take you just a minute to get this book, get it purchased. There's also an opportunity in there. Look, it's a funnel, right? So it's not like there's just buy the free book for $10 and then move on. You can get the audio book if you want the audio book, and you can also get his other 2 books in this whole like bound series like this, which is really dope. And you can get this as well. So if you want all the books, and what I thought was really dope is this is an actual, it's hard for me to get out of here, so many books, but this is like where you can take notes, right? Like this is a workbook. And so really cool stuff. Like this is a workbook that walks you through this, which is very applicable. So you'll see where you have a chance to get this if you want it. It's what I have. Like Russell said, he sent it to me. So I can tell you that it's really nice. It's really awesome. And I think you would love it, but you get a chance to do that. Okay. So first things first, write it down, get the book. Okay. Second thing, get ClickFunnels. There's a little link right here. You have to get ClickFunnels in order for these funnels to work. And the third thing and final thing is to download all 3 of the funnels that Russell has built for you. Type the number 5 in the chat box if you have written all of this stuff down so that you know exactly what to do. All right, I see lots of 5s. I like to make sure that I have lots and lots of people paying close attention. All 5s. All right. All of the other businesses that I built you, if you're a new student, they're all still available. So you can scroll down when you're done with this and you can download any of these funnels, any of these businesses. They're all broken down for you. So you can download all of these assets. Here's the thing. This page will quit working tonight at midnight, like it always does, which means you have to go to this page now and you have to do this stuff right now. At midnight, we turn the page off and it doesn't open back up again until next Thursday. The reason we do that is because so many people were sharing our page and people were getting all these funnels that are not really for them because at the end of the day, they're just for our students, okay? And so obviously we take the page down. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? So they're always available on Thursday nights as long as you are here. So that means you need to do this before midnight, okay? 2 things that we're gonna do that I think you guys will love, okay? Thing number 1, if you go into our Facebook group right here, okay, and you let everybody know that you bought Russell's book. So you go into our Facebook group and you say, I purchased Traffic Secrets. Tonight was fire. Russell was awesome. Whatever you want to say, okay? I got Russell's funnels and books, all this stuff, okay? You post that in the Facebook group. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to pick one person randomly and give away $500. So I'm going to give $500 to one person randomly who posts in the group that if you got Russell's book, trust me, I will check and make sure that you actually bought the book. So please don't try to scam me. Okay, that's not nice. I will ask him, I will text him and say, did they buy the book? If you bought the book, I'll give you $500, okay? Thing number 2 is that next week we're gonna start a brand new business, okay? We're gonna start a brand new business that we're gonna build together. But I am also going to build you guys a brand new funnel page to promote Russell's book because I think it's an awesome book. And I mean, he's got a funnel. I want to build a funnel and I want to have a funnel war and see who is going to win the funnel war. How many of you want us to have a funnel war and you win because no matter what, you win, right? So we've got Russell's page. You're going to get it tonight. Next week, I'm going to build you my funnel page for the Traffic Secrets book, which means you will benefit because you'll get to split test me versus Russell. And I want to know the results, right? Only if I win. If I lose, forget this experiment. I don't even want us to talk about it anymore. I want us to forget it all, okay? And then, so there's that. So next week, new business is starting and a new funnel page from me to help you promote this Traffic Secrets book. You can make some good money from it. It's awesome. There's gonna be a lot of buzz about it for the next few months. So this is a great time for you to take advantage of it. And then number 3, something that I decided we were gonna do just a few minutes ago. This is what happens, Russell, when I get on here. I usually go broke with my webinars. I never sell anything. And I'm always giving away money. So here's what we're gonna do. I told you guys for all the commissions that I earn on the sale of this book that we're gonna donate 100% of it to help people, right? To help people, especially my big thing is like I told you guys last week, it's children, it's helping kids. My dad was really poor. He used to tell me all these stories about how he couldn't eat and that nobody would give him food. And he used to chase the milk truck, and I grew up hearing that. And it's always touched my heart. So I've always tried to help kids because I know that they can't help themselves, right? As adults, we can help ourselves. We get to choose. When you're a child, you don't choose your situation. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double it. So however much money I make in commissions off of these books, I'm going to double it. So I'll give all of the money away that we make in commissions, and then I'll match it. So we make $20,000 in commissions. We'll give away $40,000, and we'll make sure that we do that on behalf of the entire Success Connection community, and we'll help as many people as we can. How many of you are good with that? Just give me a big yes if you are. All right. It's not about, like, I want you to realize that asking you to get this book, it's not about making money for me. It's really about, I really believe it'll help you. And I believe that Russell spent a lot of time on ClickFunnels. He's done a lot for you guys. ClickFunnels has approved all of you to be affiliates for their software when other people have to jump through a million hoops to get there. You don't. And it's because of this community and because of the training and because of the time that we spend together. And so look, I want to help him reach his goals, which isn't about a money thing. He wants to have a bestseller and reach as many people and serve as many people as he can. So I want to help him do that. So if you want to be a part of that, you can do it by going here to this page, clicking this link, and getting this book tonight. So let me give you the link to this, and hopefully this will work. So we do this every single week. Russell, you'll notice this is very old school because I don't update anything. I'm a creature of habit. I built this page, or this little notepad file 5 years ago, and it has never changed. And so I add a few things here, but I never make it like pretty and all this kind of stuff. Like my brother will like Photoshop some epic stuff. Mine's just like this boring page, but it gets the job done and it makes it work. So to access that page, okay, where you can get ClickFunnels, get a free trial of ClickFunnels, get Russell's book, and get all of Russell's funnels, okay, all you've got to do is go to this URL right here. It's go.dsc.com/funnel, okay, and I'm going to give you the password in just a second. I'm going to put it in the chat box. Hopefully the chat box will work. So I've put it in the chat box. So it's go.dsc.com/funnel. And the password, let me just triple check it because I was messing with it before I got on here and changing it because I wanted it to be something a little more relevant to tonight. So I changed the password from what I had made it last week when we got off here. So hold tight, and I'll tell you the password. So you see the link. It's go.dsc.com/funnel. And yes, all right, just making sure. All right, and the password for tonight is ClickFunnels. So the password for tonight is very fitting. It's ClickFunnels. So all you do is you go to go.dsc.com/funnel. Okay, you type in the password ClickFunnels. When you do that, and there's no capital C, by the way. I don't know why it capitalizes. So all lowercase. Okay, so go.dsc.com/funnel. Type in the password ClickFunnels, and when you do that, you will be able to get access to this page that is hiding from me because it is because my computer screen is all frozen because we have so many people on here. All right, there we go. Much better. So you go to this page, go to this URL, type in this password. That'll land you right here. First thing you want to do is, obviously, if you have not joined our group, join our Facebook group, make a post once you buy the book. I'll give away $500 at the top of the hour, so at whatever, 10 o'clock my time Central. So you got 30 minutes to do this. Scroll down here and you'll see where you can get Russell's book completely free. So just click here, get the book. If you want to get the audio book or the whole set of his books, you can do that as well. And then, like I said, I'm going to take all the money, donate it to help people that need help right now, and I'm also going to match that. You can get Russell's funnels right here completely free, all 3 of them that he built. You just click the download button. Remember that you must first have ClickFunnels, and you must have it open and logged in order for these funnels to actually load and show up inside of your ClickFunnels account. Does that make sense to everybody? Just give me a big yes if that makes sense to you. I'll open up my questions box again. All right, does everybody say yes, 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 yes? That makes sense. And then next week, we're going to do some really cool stuff because next week, I'm going to be giving you my funnel, and we're going to have a funnel war, and this is going to be great. And like I said, you guys will post the results all inside of the Facebook group. If you're in the ClickFunnels Facebook group, you might post it in there. Only if I win. If I lose the funnel war, we are going to forget that the funnel war ever took place. Okay.
I will broadcast it from the rooftops. Everybody will know.
We're going to skip the funnel war and move on to something else. So everybody's laughing. This is truth. Okay. Remember who's here every Thursday. He's been here one time in 5 years. We have to have a little edge.
I'm coming back every week now.
Called leverage, you know. So make sure that you get this done. And then next week you're going to get a page built by me. We're also going to start your next business that we build together here on the Success Connection. So yeah, some of you are asking for the link. I'm going to leave it up just a second. Let's see. Debbie says it won't let her order the book. I think that you can order the book. How many of you have been able to start ordering the book right now? How many of you can tell me this link works? Just say yes. Okay, Doug says yes, Bruce says yes, Stanley says yes, everybody says yes. Just type a yes if that link is working. If everyone could at least check the link for me. Yes, ClickFunnels is the password. Just ClickFunnels. Yep, how do I get the audio book? Tina, it's an option when you buy the book. So once you purchase the book, there's an option upsell for you to be able to get the book on audio. All right, Renee says her order is completed. So it definitely works. We may just overload. Sometimes we do that when we send everyone to the same link. On ClickFunnels, Russell, we have most definitely killed the free funnel, shared funnel links in the past, and the free trial link too. Just so you know, there are many, many times where we have destroyed that link in the past where I'm just like, I mean, I know that ClickFunnels gets a lot of traffic, so I don't understand. But I mean, we have to throttle ourselves with shared funnel links sometimes, just because it definitely is a lot at one time. But all you've got to do, guys, if you want to get this, is go to the link you see there, go.thsc.com/funnel, and then make sure that you click on this link right here to get access to that. I mean, I can click it and show you guys like what happens. It goes through this, and then it goes here. And so you can watch this beautiful video that Russell made, okay? Which, Russell, tell me this, what player is this?
It's Vimeo, but we had add a little hack to do the play button the way it works. So.
And this?
I can give you the hack if you need it.
I need the hack.
It's pretty awesome.
That's what I want out of this. I need this hack because I love this. I like this, and I like this. Please send me the hack.
Okay, I'm on it.
I'm getting something for free, everyone. I'll give it to you later. So look, you can go here and click right here to get your copy of the book. It's, as you can see, you're only paying for the shipping in order to be able to get this. If you're in the US, it's $9.95. International is $20. So you can get a copy of the book right now. All you got to do, click this link right here. So I want to make sure that all of you take action, do this tonight, because I change the password on this page every night. Ted said just bought it. So I change the password on this page every night at midnight to make sure that we remain and keep the integrity of of our entire program and what we do and what we build together. So please do it tonight. Tonight is also the only time you'll be able to get Russell's funnels. So the funnels are in here. So even if you don't get the book, you can still get the funnels because that's what we do. So you can still get it. It's go.thsc.com/funnel. And then the password is ClickFunnels, right? I see tons and tons of people saying that they are getting it. Someone just asked me, does the upsell goes to the kids as well? Yeah, I honestly don't even know all the upsells in this funnel. I have no clue what it is or how much it is, but yeah, every dollar that ClickFunnels gives us, we're going to donate and we're going to match. So if you buy these books, I'm sure this is an additional cost because you're getting the other two books as well in this workbook, and this is really nice to sit on your desk. I mean, I have it on my desk over here with all of, look, my house is like a little ClickFunnels. It's like a storage center for Click. They just send stuff.
Yeah. Can you hold it for me, Anthony? I'll need it later, but just hold it for a while.
I have look, guys, let me show you something. I have so many of these ClickFunnels boards. Hold on. I have so many of them that I have it before you even gave away steering wheels. Now, this is how you raise your game. You go from what is this? To hey, have a steering wheel. And guess what? If you keep doing well, Russell knows that even though you can't drive more than one real car at a time, you can drive fake cars. You can drive a lot of them. Hold on, you can drive a lot of them at one time. There's only room on my desk for 3 cars and this other one thing. There's not enough room for anything else. My wife
a separate room or a wing for all the trophies.
my wife bought me something. She's like, "This will look great in your office." And she came in and she's like, "What are all these damn steering wheels?" I'm like, "These all these awards Russell keeps giving me." Now I have 2 guitars also, Russell. So I have 2 guitars, all of these things, and like 14 of those whatever records. And then now this other award that I haven't even got in the mail yet. I know that's going to be it's probably
like the size of your entire room. Yeah.
Like a truck, like a shipping truck. So just note that if you sell a lot of his books, you might have extra room in your house for all of the stuff that he's going to send you. Let me put this all back while you guys get the book. Right? Make sure that you get the book, because it teaches you how I got all these awards, right? Does anybody have any questions about getting the book? Just put them in the chat box if you have any questions. We wrap things up. Listen, I always tell you guys, we don't push super hard when I need a ClickFunnels museum. You're right, I do. Actually, I just think ClickFunnels needs to, like, how many of you think ClickFunnels needs to just give me like some kind of like my own little shrine somewhere? Like,
now that he's working home with his empty office, we could just turn that into the Anthony Morrison shrine.
Put a life-size Anthony Morrison in the ClickFunnels office to just watch over them while they're doing
a bronze statue. That'd be amazing.
This would probably help you perform at a higher rate. The funnel war is on if you've got me like sitting over you looking and just being like, "What's going on now, Russell? What funnel are you building now?" So I love it. Like, you'll be like, "Huh, okay." So yeah, see, everybody agrees with this. I've got your stuff in my house. Like, why can't I have my stuff in your house? That's what I'm saying. All right, so everybody says they are getting in and they've got copies of this book. That is awesome. That is awesome. If you have any questions specifically, let me know. Okay, and if not, I'm going to leave this page up and leave this link up. There's not an ebook version of it. You'll have to get the hard copy, and you can get the audio copy as well. Russell, if they get the audio version of it, what does that do? Like do they get it instantly? Like when do they get it?
Yeah, the book's in pre-order, so the book doesn't ship for a couple more weeks, but the audiobook's done right now. And it's me. I sat in a studio for 3 days and read every single word. So yeah, it's available immediately. So you can start listening to it tonight. In fact, I had somebody the other day message me. They bought it over the weekend. They said, "I listened to it 4 times this weekend," and they're on fire. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of listening to it. But you can start listening to that immediately.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, look, I love audiobooks because you can get them quick, and then you can listen to it. I have to listen to them all the time with my wife, so I'm constantly, I'm constantly constantly listening to books, even though I don't necessarily really want to. And so now, like I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit happier about the whole book reading thing. I mean, I told you, I think I texted you the other day. I said, "Look, man, I'm going through some stuff right now. Like, my mind is not clear." And I sat down and started reading this book, and it was like, at first I was going to give it a shot. I'm like, all right, I'm reading stuff I already know. So it's like, these are not new things to me. So I'm like, all right, well, is that really going to interest me? And it does. Like, that's the thing, is you should always be a student of the game. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are and how smart you are and how much money you've made or what level you're at. You should always be a student of the game. And I've always been that way. Like, I'll watch your pitches from stage and stuff. Like, I'm like, all right, that was pretty good. Like, and Dean Graziosi wrote the foreword to this book, right? And so how many of you know who Dean is, right? Byron, yeah, that is my ID, I think. I think. I trust that this affiliate link is my link because Dave sent it to me, but I didn't check it and I don't pay attention, so I don't know. Someone who made lots of sales of software and never got paid because I didn't know I made them. So I believe that I did. So yes, it would actually be important that I get credit for this for our donation. So yes, I believe that link's mine. So Dean wrote the foreword to this book, which is it comes full circle for me, dude, because Dean was my partner on my television show and on my second book, I guess. That we sold 1 million copies of it. So then I see he wrote the foreword to this book, which is really cool. Dean's come a long way, changed, just from real estate to really like motivation and you know, self-improvement. Like, I just think personal development. And I think he's done an amazing job. So what he wrote in there about you and how you guys met and all of those things was really interesting, because I remember how he and I met and how it just clicked. And that's what I'm saying. Like when Russell talks about his Dream 100, like Dean wasn't even on my Dream 100, but someone else was. And I met this other person who just randomly by chance said, go meet this Dean Graziosi guy, which I didn't know who he was. And then we filmed a television show, and we sold 1 million books, did, you know, $300 million in sales, and the rest is history. So it's all about just putting yourself out there and being in the right place at the right time. And you can't do that if you're not, again, getting outside of your comfort zone and doing things that you don't usually do. So I want to encourage all of you to to make sure you do that. Listen to me, the links do work. So I just want to let you know, because we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to let Russell go spend some time with his family, since it's probably late there. It's probably dinner time. For me, it's 10 o'clock, so it's well past that. But make sure that you go to the link, go.bsc.com/funnel, type in the password ClickFunnels. First thing you want to do is come here and click and get Russell's book. This is going to, all the money is going to be doubled up and donated to help kids right now who need help. And then we want to get these 3 funnels that Russell put together for you completely free. You can get them all right here before midnight. And then make sure, if you don't have ClickFunnels, get it. There's a link right there. It's a free trial, 2 weeks, completely free. You should be able to launch these funnels. You should be able to start running traffic. You should be able to start seeing things happen, right, before you ever even have to pay for it. And that's why it works. That's why people stay around. In fact, just looking at our stats, like our stick rate from trial to, you know, people that actually stay with the software has been 98.7%. Can't get much better than that. And I mean, nobody's perfect, right? But it's because you can see things happening before you're ever even having to fully commit to it. And I think that's the reason why it works. And that's the reason why all of you should do it and take advantage of it right now. And then when you're done with that and you've done all that cool stuff, go leave a post in our Facebook group, because we're gonna give away $500 to somebody at some point here in the next 30 minutes or so, just for getting Russell's book. So let everybody know you got it. Russell, thank you for being here. Thank you for spending some time with me, hanging out. Thank you for building funnels for everybody. We appreciate it.
No worries, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate you. And it's been fun. We've hung out twice this week now, which has been great. So fun to get to know you even better. And thanks for letting me spend time with your audience and your crowd. And hope you guys love the funnels. Hope you guys love the book. And we appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for supporting us. And you know, I spent 18 months writing this book. Now finally excited to give it to you guys. And thankful for Anthony for allowing me to share it with everybody. So
thanks everybody. Russell, I see lots of thank yous in the chat box. And most everybody on here is getting your book. Some of them already had it. One person told me this is their 3rd copy of the book, like 3rd copy. And I that's awesome. So give a copy to somebody that needs a copy. Sometimes the best gift, well, actually, I think all the time the best gift you can give people is the gift of education and knowledge, because that's power. It gives them the power to change their lives. So give them a book. If you've already got one, grab another one, and then just give it to somebody and let them do with it what we all hope we're doing with it, which is bettering ourselves and our position. So thank you so much for being here, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna let you go. I know you've got kids and family to take care of, so we'll connect again. This quarantine thing has us connecting twice in 1 week, so maybe we can make it 3 times in a year eventually.
I love it.
Awesome. Listen, everybody, I want to thank you for being here. I'm going to leave the page open, as I say every single week. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. I don't take your time for granted. I know this is time away from your family, your friends, you know, all of the things going on in the world right now. You'll spend an hour and 45 minutes listening to me talk about internet marketing and tell you why you need a book and try to teach you something in life. Most of you probably older than me and know a lot more than me. But what I do know, I like to share, because I know it can help you change your life. So thank you for being here and putting some time and effort in with me. Make sure, like I say every time, have a safe weekend, have a fun weekend, but do something this weekend that other people aren't doing. That's the name of the game, is spending some time putting in the work while other people are not. There's a lot of people binging Netflix right now and playing games and all this stuff, and that's great. There's a place for that, but there's also got to be a place for you, and a place for you to work hard, put in the work, educate yourself so that you can be ahead of the game, because that's the name of the game. I'll see you next Thursday right here, same place, same time on the Success Connection. Take care, everybody. Good night. Go get Russell's book. Russell, you're off the hook. Go have dinner, man. We'll see you soon.
You guys.
Good night, everybody.